Welcome to InfoHub. In our headlines, fire at GPL's Kingston Power Station contained, Head of State attending World Water Forum, and DDL confident in the economy with the opening of the first of 4 new warehouses as part of its expansion plans. Stay tuned for the details of these and more.
The future of Guyana has never looked better. Our nation is on the cusp of a development program like never seen before. While Guyana is now emerging as an energy giant through the discovery of massive reserves of oil and natural gas, it is your government's intention that the huge benefits emerging from this will go where it matters most, to you, the people of this beloved country. There is a surge of confidence in the way Guyana is governed once again, and the level of investor interest is unprecedented. Guyana is poised to become the breadbasket of the region, and the pace at which this nation will grow through prudent fiscal management will be nothing short of impressive. But more than anything else will be the way every Guyanese, regardless of color, class, or creed, becomes a part of this historic period of national transformation, sharing in the wealth and well-being of it all as one Guyana.
We begin with the news that President David Granger is in Brazil attending the 8th World Water Forum. The president advanced a 3-point action agenda to enhance commitment to pay continuous attention and unceasing action, not only to occasional conferences, collaboration among states, especially neighbors, which share the waters of rivers and conservation of water resources and the protection of the environment everywhere in order to maintain the integrity of the Earth's rivers and lakes. At stake is nothing less than humanity itself, he further noted. The World Water Forum is the world's biggest water-related event and is organized by the World Water Council. Its mission is to promote awareness, build political commitment, and trigger action on critical water issues at all levels to facilitate the efficient conservation, protection, development, planning, management, and use of water in all its dimensions on an environmentally sustainable basis for the benefit of all life. President Granger is scheduled to return to Guyana on March 20. A fire this afternoon at the Guyana Power and Light's Kingston Station was quickly contained. Renetta LaFleur was there and brings us that report.
The fire reportedly started around 14:30 hours. Fire Chief Marlon Gentle explained that ranks were immediately activated when the fire service became aware of the fire.
5 units were dispatched, including water support and foam tenders. When they got here, they encountered a truck on fire, and the fire had already spread to a holding area that contained what appears to be bunker C fuel or some type of fuel. We were able to contain the fire using our firefighting resources as well as the in-house firefighting resources of the power company.
A truck, some pipes, and some other equipment connected to the generation facility were damaged. The fire chief stated that a full damage assessment is ongoing.
We're still in firefighting mode because if you look behind me, there's 1 million gallons of fuel, high fuel, that are used for the generators that is still under threat. We still have some cooling to do. It will take a while, and then we'll go into investigative mode. I think the response was very timely and very robust at this time. We have been doing a lot of in-house exercises with the GPL and the Demara Power Company over the last 2 or 3 years, and definitely this was not a rehearsal, but we were able to do a proper response and a timely response to this facility.
According to the crime chief, a special type of intervention was necessary to bring the situation to normalcy.
From GPL's Kingston Power Plant, I am Renetta LaFleur for InfoHub.
Minister of State Joseph Harmon today swore in retired Colonel Wendy Algernon as chairman of the Board of Inquiry that will review the circumstances surrounding the accident involving a David G. boat in the vicinity of Rivers View, Cuyuna, Mazaruni, Region 7 on March 14, 2018, in which 3 students and the boat captain were injured. Minister Ramjatan calls for more youth to get involved in their community's development. Here's the Stefan Gabriel report.
We want the community preparing our young people for more involvement and active involvement in anti-crime fights and also getting involved in community projects that are going to see the idleness of our young people being diverted to becoming active involvers in community projects.
The minister highlighted several ways this involvement would give youth a better appreciation of their country.
And how are we going to do that? Training them, giving them the excursions to other areas of the country so that they will get to know Guyana. I was speaking to some people in this community, and this is the only community they know anything about. I have spoken to some Georgetown young people, only Georgetown they know about. They haven't gone to 63 Beach, they haven't gone to Bartica, and that is one of the things that we want to get more involved with, ensuring the community policing helps people.
Minister Ramjatan also mentioned the government's plan to edify community groups on active security issues that the country faces.
The other big project that we have is to ensure that all our community groups in the country know what's happening in our frontier territory, with Venezuela especially, and to become more involved in an awareness with that, and apart from the anti-crime drive around the country.
For InfoHub, Stefan Gabriel.
Stakeholders meet to review acts and regulations governing the management of pharmaceuticals. Delicia Haynes has more.
Stakeholders met today to discuss and review pharmaceutical acts and regulations of Guyana. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Shamdeo Prasad noted that the existing legislations for the management of pharmaceutical and other drugs could be effective, but cited a need for stricter enforcement.
We have quite a lot of bits of very, very appropriate legislation. Most of the time it's the enforcement that is lacking. And sometimes we rush to say, oh, we need more, we need another bit of law. But sometimes we don't. What we need to do is to strengthen those existing bits of legislation.
Stakeholders agreed that the review will eventually facilitate affordable and timely access to drugs and medical supplies while the law is kept in place. PAHO WHO pledged its continuous support in the upholding of these regulations.
We know that the government of Guyana is committed, along with the partnership of PAHO, to improve the timeliness, accessibility, and adequacy of the supply of essential, quality, safe, cost-effective, scientifically sound drugs and medical products to the health facilities in all regions.
The consultation workshop, which started on March 19, will end on March 20, 2018. The acts and regulations which will be under review are the Food and Drug Act and Regulations, the Antibiotic Act and Regulations, the Narcotic Drug and Psychotropic Substances Act and Regulations, and the Pharmacy Practitioners Act, along with the Pharmacy and Poisons Ordinance. For InfoHub, Delicia Haynes.
On Friday last, Demerara Distillers Limited signaled its confidence in the economy with the opening of the first of 4 new warehouses, which is part of its expansion plans. Gabriela Patram was there and filed this report.
Acting Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs Carl Greenidge lauded the Demerara Distillers Limited DDL construction of its new warehouse as a commendable one that will facilitate growth and expansion. The senior minister was at the time delivering the feature address during the commissioning of the expanded rum aging warehouse M at Plantation Grey Diamond, East Bank, Demerara.
Put up this warehouse, which not only means an increase in production capacity, but an increase in employment. For Guyana today,
the minister noted that change and competitiveness are crucial if Guyana is to survive in the international market. He noted that DDL has been a leader in many respects and has transitioned into modern times. Acting PM said that the government will continue to support enterprises that foster the nation's development.
And we will encourage and continue to try to foster and encourage enterprises that undertake plans and initiatives that provide employment opportunities, both at the level of skilled employment and at those who may not be so highly qualified. So I encourage the industry to continue so that more avenues for gainful employment can be opened up.
DDL's chairman Kumal Samaru said the warehouse construction was based on the company's decision to expand.
This project is very strategic in the continued growth of DDL. While the capital cost of the warehouse and the roadway, as Sean has alluded to earlier, is $340 million, when filled with rum to capacity, the value of this investment will be in excess of $10 million United States dollars.
The facility, which has the capacity to hold 30,000 barrels and is an expansion of the existing 4 warehouses and has the total capacity for storage and or processing and handling of 90,000 barrels in a given year. DDL plans to build 3 additional warehouses and has already acquired land for the establishment of these facilities. Gabriela Patram for InfoHub.
Stefan joins us again. He tells us that the Organization of American States has committed to aiding the development of the region's tourism industry.
Conference specialist of the Organization of American States, Luis Coimbra, says that the body is committed to the development of the tourism industry in its member states. He was speaking at a pre-Congress media briefing for the 24th OAS Congress to be held at the Guyana Marriott. Coimbra also emphasized the green economic opportunities it provides.
Government commitment, you have that. Multilateral coordination, we need that. We are providing that. The OAS is committed to do that. Tourism is nowadays a huge economic enterprise, maybe one of the strongest industries that we can have in a country, without pollution, without any of the problems that regular industries.
Coimbra further said, despite having great tourism products, the region is yet to realize its full potential.
I have to tell you guys that you have a beautiful country. You have the Amazon, you have the sea, opportunities for fishing, you have rural areas that are ready to be tourist areas. Beautiful wooden houses. In 1 hour coming from the airport, I was able to see some beautiful wooden house. Any tourism from the world will come here. You have to be proud of the buildings that we have in here. We have to do better. Guyana has to do better. Brazil has to do better. I mean, the countries of the Americas can do better. Our potential is much bigger than we are using right now.
The OAS Congress, which opens on Wednesday, March 21st and runs for 2 days, will see the participation of several high-level stakeholders from international tourist destinations. For InfoHub, Stefan Gabriel.
In an effort to strengthen reporting on environmental issues, particularly increasing awareness and understanding of the Rio Conventions and their mainstreaming, a media sensitization workshop was hosted today. Stacey Carmichael brings us the details.
The Department of Environment, Ministry of the Presidency, in collaboration with the United Nations Development Programme, Global Environmental Facility, UNDP-GEF, is implementing the project, strengthening technical capacities to mainstream and monitor Rio Convention implementation through policy coordination. As a component of the project's activities, a media workshop was on Monday held at Park Rain aimed at strengthening reporting on local, regional, national, and global environmental issues and their relevance to Guyana. The workshop is also expected to increase awareness and understanding of the 3 Rio Conventions and their mainstreaming locally. Project Coordinator and Manager, Department of the Environment, Michelle Klaas, explains.
The 3 conventions that will be focused on today are the United Nations Convention on Biological Diversity, the UNCBD, and this was ratified on the 29th of August 1994. And the focal point agency is the Environmental Protection Agency. The focal point being that this agency is responsible for all the obligations that Guyana signed on to for this particular convention. Another convention that will be discussed today is the United Nations Framework on Climate Change, the UNFCCC. And this was ratified on the same date as the UNCBD, which is on the 29th of August 1994. And the focal point agency is the Office of Climate Change.
The 3rd convention is the United Nations Conventions to Combat Desertification, UNCCD, which was ratified on June 26, 1997. The focal point agency is the Guyana Lands and Surveys Commission. The importance of the Green State Development Strategy, GSDS, to the national development trajectory was reiterated by Stakeholder Management Coordinator, Department of Environment, Aretha Ford.
In our GSDS, it's founded on principles that are enshrined in the green economy. So it's founded on principles of social cohesion and inclusion. It's founded on principles of good governance and transparency, on having a decarbonized economy. It's founded on all those things that you would find in a green economy. The GSDS is also based on Vision 2030.
Ford implored that the media cover events related to environmental issues in an effort to not only improve public awareness, but to highlight how climate change can affect each citizen. For InfoHub, Stacey Carmichael.
Check our website or Facebook page for more details as we bring you updates on developments across Guyana and further afield. Thanks for watching. Remember to connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media. Goodbye.